Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. Some people were saying, but then again, it was a side view. But people were saying that this person and this person are two completely different people, but they are one and the same. Jaquan Stout. Now they spell his names in here between the Jaquan and Stout. These names are spelled differently depending on who you're looking at in the news. Now, I had asked about his background and I got information on his mom, and he was in the news here when he was bombed and they took care of him because it seems as though he went to rob some people and they took care of the situation. And this was a gun charge. No matter if they say Kendall Hill, we know that he's out of Moral Hole Gap. We know that. And there's information about his dad. I have it here. Let me take you to where I have it. These are where the photos are. And you know, this is Jaquan, Janil, Rashal, or Rashid Stout. They have this, like I said, they have his name spelled differently depending on what article you're looking at. This is him. They're one and the same. They're one and the same. Okay. This is his father. Jaquan's father is unknown. Well, he was known as Mickey Dread. Do you know him? Go in here. Mickey Dread. And he was a reputed drug dealer, they say. Back in the day, he has a huge 3-story house in the same Moral Hole Gap area. That's what they say. This is his mother. Here, Lisa Stout. This is his sister. I think it's Janelle, but I'll give you her name. And as you know, he's the one who beat up the elderly guy, Jeffrey Barrow. And I had claimed that he doesn't respect his mom. He doesn't even like her. He doesn't like his dad. And now we're hearing, well, I'm hearing and you're hearing now that his father was a drug lord. They're saying that his mother is always moving back and forth to Canada. So there's a suspect thing there. You know what people are doing when they leave a lot from Barbados and go a lot to Jamaica. They think they're moving something. They're moving something. So it's suspect. And they also said that she knows, Lisa knows what her son is. She knows what he is. And sometimes she benefited from the bounty that he brought home. If he wasn't caught, she would benefit from it. So it's one big family that they indulge in criminality, allegedly. We know that about the son. We know that about Jaquan. And it's left to be seen what is going to be said about Lisa. If you know anything more about Lisa, you can always let me know. But this is supposedly Jaquan's mother, Lisa Stout. Jaquan's mother. He's really tall, but she doesn't look that tall. But maybe it's the angle again. You never know. You never know with cameras nowadays. So this is his mother, and this is the information we got on the father. That he's known as Mickey Dread, a reputed drug dealer back in the day, and he has a huge 3-story house. I'm sure he has shown the tax people where he got the money from to build that house. That happens in Barbados? I don't know if it does, but when you show up with big things, people want to know how you got it. When did you work? And where did you work? And did you pay taxes? And after taxes, where did you, how much money you had left to buy that big house, and do you have a mortgage on it? These are things that people want to know, they do want to know. So this is his sister. She shows up a little bit on Instagram, IG, maybe this on TikTok. So yeah, this is his family that I inquired about, okay? Want to know what it's all about, the dynamics, just the dynamics in that particular family, okay? So you can see here, you can see the resemblance. You can see he's always been in trouble. He's always in something. Okay, if you go online, you see it comes up. So they should have had an old photo of him. It's the same person, even the same hairstyle. He seems to sport the same hairstyle. This is recent. This is a recent photo. This is the one that they sent around when it first happened. When they said it, meaning when Jeffrey Barrow was robbed, and you saw it on video and it went viral. This is the photo that first came out. This is his sister. This is his mother, and this is what they have said about his father. Okay, so we have a little background of where Jaquan came from and the dynamics in his household. If Lisa allowed a reputed drug lord or drug dealer to fertilize her eggs or an egg, and she has a son who comes out and has that criminal DNA floating around in him. Who does she blame, and where do you go from there? Where do you go from there? Where do you go from a situation where people are actually attracted to guys who have a criminal background? How do you pull back? How do you mentor? How do you, give someone therapy because they may need therapy? How do you suggest that someone may need therapy? It's a big job for people in Barbados if they want to progress. If you want to progress, it's a big job. You have to look back on your actions. You have to look back on your words. You have to look back on your thoughts. You have to look back on yourself. You have to keep watching the things that you do, and you have to question things that you do, and you have to fix what needs fixing. No matter how hard it is, you need to fix what needs fixing. And are you up to that job? Are you up to that task? Okay, Jaquan Stout is like his life has been set because of his father and his mother. His life is set. He's a recidivist as it is, and when he commits something that's really bad, like a capital crime or whatever, he'd become more popular in Barbados and more girls will be interested in him. But he has to break through to that particular threshold, and he will become much more popular than he is now. Okay, so people are liking what they're seeing in Jaquan. Barbadian young girls, they're liking, he's 28 years old, they're liking what they see in him, but he's still low end. He's still on the low end. Okay, they're waiting for him to come home with more money in his pocket, if you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, that's it on this. Jaquan Stout, mother, cannot get a photo of his father, but we know there's photo of him, Mickey Dread, not even knowing his real government name, sister, and that's the dynamics. It's a family that would spawn something like Jaquan. Okay, this is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.